Last week on The Season.
It's hard to see that you're playing and you're trying your best. And we were losing by almost 20 or something like that, and we came all the way back and we put it in single digits.
He brings a lot of energy. He is a lot of like energy guy. Always screaming, yelling, "Let's go! We gotta win! I don't want to lose this game."
I don't know. My father teach me since I was young that if you want something, you have to go get it and do whatever you have to do to get it, So I'm never gonna stop.
The Florida Gators have won 19 in a row. They are poised to be the #1 team in the country.
Hopefully we can learn from what's going on in the last 2 weeks. You come in and you get to play the two of the best teams in the country in Kentucky and Florida, and you give everything you got, and we didn't come out on top on either one of those games. But I think that there's a lot of positives to take away from it.
Let's talk Ole Miss basketball. Alongside Coach Andy Kennedy, here's the voice of the Rebels, David Kelly.
And thank you very much and welcome indeed to Buffalo Wild Wings. We have another edition of Rep Talk. Got a good crowd on hand. How's everybody doing? Yeah. Get up for the head coach of the Rebels, Andy Kennedy. Hey, Coach. Good to see you, man. Man, just hanging in there. I know that you're ready to get a W this week. It's not Alabama.
It seems like an eternity since we've won a game. It's been a couple of weeks. A hard stretch for us, but we've got to continue to persevere, keep fighting, keep hope alive. I think last year, if it proved anything to us, is if we continue to persevere, continue to play hard, hopefully catch a break, then you'd be amazed at what can transpire. So that's the message that we're trying to send our guys. They're crushed. We had 2 heartbreaking losses on the road, one of which was to this Alabama team who we play next. You lose at the buzzer, then you lose by 1 on a foul with under 2 seconds to play at Georgia. You come home and you play a Kentucky team that very, very difficult for us to match up with, and especially when they're locked in. They were coming off a tough home loss against Florida. They came ready to play, knocked us on our heels, battled back, and couldn't get over the hump. And then we had our chances against the team that today was named #1 in the country, the University of Florida. But as I said after the game, I thought we gave a winning effort, but we didn't make winning plays. And you're certainly not going to back your way into beating the #1 team in the country unless you make the plays. So give Florida credit. We've got to dust off, get ourselves back up, and get ready for this next week.
It's been kind of interesting. You've had Perez step up, have a few games, give you some offense, because some good minutes. Early in the year didn't. Snoop White gave you some consistency there for a while. He's kind of fallen down. It's been kind of hard to get everybody on the, up at the same time, if you will.
That's been our issue all year, David. I've sat in this chair and we've talked about this ad nauseum, but the reality is we need Jarvis Summers to be an all-league player. And I think if the votes were cast today, he would certainly be first or second team all-conference. We need Marshall Henderson to be an all-league caliber player, and he certainly had his moments where he's shown to be such. We need other people to step up. We need some other guys, and Juan Saez, Dwight Colby, AJ, Snoop, they've all shown moments. But the consistency is what you talked about in that 1 or 2 possession game here or there, getting us over the hump. So we've got to continue to work and put those guys in positions to be successful, and then ultimately we'll live or die based on how we produce.
Coach, scouting reports. Alabama, you've already dealt with once. First time with Texas A&M, that'll be on the road. I know that one's kind of out of your radar right now, but Alabama Wednesday night.
At this stage in the season, obviously I've seen everybody play when I'm scouting or watching or scouting other opponents that these teams will be playing. Obviously very familiar with Alabama. Trevor Relaford's had a tremendous career at Alabama. We've got to do a good job of of limiting his touches. He dominated the ball down the stretch, scored 14 of the last 16. Got to make some adjustments to some of the things that we did wrong the first game. but hopefully come out with the passion that we're going to need in order to stop the bleeding and garner some momentum as we hit the road again with a trip to College Station. A lot of people sitting at 7-7.
It's amazing, isn't it?
And to be honest with you, it's still within the realm of possibility. If we could win 4 straight, we could get into the double bye range. I think we could get into the 4th slot just based on tiebreakers and what other people have to do, because some of those teams have to play each other, ourselves being in that mix. But there's still a lot to play for. My hope is that we can correct some of our errors and move forward, get this team a win. It needs it for the morale moving forward.
So that's upcoming Alabama Wednesday night. You got a 7 o'clock tip-off, 6:30 our airtime on the network, then at Texas A&M Saturday, and that's going to be a 6 o'clock tip with a 5:30 airtime. So, Coach, thanks so much.
Okay, thank you.
Wish you best. Get
Thanks,
up,
guys.
Andy Kennedy, head coach of the Rebels. When we come back, Chase Morgan is going to have This Week in the SEC, and then right after that, we'll be visiting.
Enters his second year on the job.
Gotta get right in the cold outside, you know. Be strapped up. Then we come right here, this iPad, cell phone, brush. We good, you know. Ready to get it in. So I ride around here. Need a little work done to him, but you know how it is. Woo! Right now, we're gonna get this win so we can get off this losing streak. That's what I'm going through my head. We gotta get a win tonight. Off the court, you know, I'm trying to be there. I'm like the type of person, like the big brother of the team on off the court. You know, like the type of person that if one of them need a ride or something, you know, I can, you know, give them a ride, or like one of them down, I'm trying to, you know, go talk to them and, you know, let them know, like, you know, I've been there, done that. You know, I've been to the point where, you know, been a freshman before, and as a freshman, it's kind of hard coming into a program like this where you got upperclassmen playing before you already been through what you have to go through. Pulling up the Tad Smith Coliseum. Get my arms on right now. Right now it's pretty cold out here. For me, I expect to go out and just play hard in the other team so we can get this dub. We got this lead that we have going on right now. Look at him. He's the character of the team.
Glad you can make it.
Huh? No problem. Make it over to the game. Start one come. Oh, they ain't nothing but solid hard rocks there, son. No problem. What's you hitting?
It's Lieutenant Colonel Christopher Davis, and I have just redeployed from Kuwait, where I was the commander of the Theater Field Confinement Facility. Well, I graduated from the University of Mississippi Ole Miss in 1986, got my commission as a lieutenant, and part of the rules were you had to spend 8 years, 6 active and 2 inactive to fulfill your scholarship agreement. I said, I'll never make it to captain. If I ever make it to captain, you know, I'll be happy. And here I'm, you know, almost 30 years later, made colonel. I have been deployed to the Middle East 4 combat tours and 3 tours that were non-combat. On every deployment, you pretty much have an idea of when you're supposed to come home. I have been deployed for a year, and it got extended to a year and a half, and then a few more months added to that. On the airplane coming back in, I was the first one off the plane. Of course, my wife was waiting there, and it's like you couldn't have got a piece of paper in between us. You know, it was just a year of being gone. When I was getting her baggage, this lady walked up and started talking to my wife. And a super nice lady, down to earth, and it was Miss Freeze, come to find out. And long story short, Coach walked in and was more than willing. He knew what we told him what was going on, and he gave autographs to my 2 boys. So my boys have got those 2 autographs, and they think they're coming to Ole Miss to maybe be in a contest, because I told them Ole Miss give contest. It all fell into their lap, and it's kind of exciting because the boys are really going to be, they think I'm coming home Saturday, and they have no idea. I don't know what to expect. Waiting to see. I think they're going to be extremely happy. It's really hard because you lose a year, and it's a whole year that's gone. And I might say, well, you remember last week we did so-and-so, and my wife go, honey, that was a year ago, or that was over a year ago. Because now I'm dropping right back into a different life. So you lose a year, and golly, with young kids, a year makes a difference in their growing. They go from, being so tall to being so many inches taller, and it's amazing. It's rough to lose a year, but it's good to be home. I teased them about the first thing I was going to do is bite them and hug them and tickle them, and I guess that's it, just to hug, to touch, to bite, because silly game. You're like, when I was little, I said, I'm gonna gnaw your ear off, and like I was gonna gnaw the ear, and they got older enough they do the same thing. Oh, gnaw your ear. So just to act silly and to be plumb stupid with them and be able just to hold them.
Your attention, fans. At this time, we'd like to ask you to please direct your attention to the floor as we welcome Glory Davis and her two children, Braxton and McKinley. Braxton and McKinley's father, Colonel Christopher Davis, is a member of the U.S. Army Reserve and a 1986 graduate of Ole Miss's ROTC program. Braxton and McKinley, please direct your attention to the video board for a special message from your dad.
Hey, this is Lieutenant Colonel Christopher Davis. I've been serving in the Middle East for the last year. I'm supposed to be coming home to see my family. I miss everyone. Braxton Davis, McKinley Davis, I know I told y'all I'll be coming home this Saturday. Well, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to come home Saturday because of issues. But we got something special planned for y'all tonight here at the ball game, so I hope this makes up for me not being able to come home Saturday.
Braxton and McKinley arriving back home early. Please welcome your dad, Colonel Christopher Davis!
You want to try to close the door for Alabama. A stop here is more critical than you can ever imagine going into the half.
The Rebels crowd here really appreciates the effort. Ladarius White draws two, kicks it out. Three-pointer on the way. The tip try no good, and that'll do it. But still Ole Miss in control, led by Marshall Henderson. 13 points and his 61st straight game with a three-pointer, a new SEC record.
Halftime of Alabama, coach was just like, we just got to keep the intensity. We were playing good, and just like every other game in the second half, we always let down, and you know what I'm saying, we let the opposite team field goal percentage be higher than ours. But we just had that mindset to just, you know what I'm saying, keep playing and just keep working as a unit and just find a way to get the win. That's what we did.
We welcome you back to Oxford, Mississippi. The Rebels right now with a 15-point lead, 43-28 over Alabama as we get set for the second half. And the first bucket of the second half is put in by Aaron Jones. So the Crimson Tide pulled it with him 13, but still an uphill climb here in Oxford.
Well, you got to get some stops on this end.
Here's Perez. He's been quiet, and he'll score. And a free throw coming up. Alabama knocking on the door just a bit. The lead down to 8. What a play by Relaford. This is the closest the Crimson Tide have been in a long time. That's a three-pointer. He's now into double figures. Key possession for Ole Miss, and Summers able to flash toward the goal and score. Perez, great hustle play.
Gotta love that if you're Coach Andy Kennedy.
This crowd loves it for sure.
Nice fight and battle displayed by Alabama, but at the end of the day, Ole Miss ends a 4-game losing streak, and they do it at home to keep themselves alive.
We lost 4 straight, and we were kind of frustrated after our losses, and I mean, that feeling was good. It was really good.
It was important because we're getting back on the winning side, but like I always say, we just got to keep moving forward, and. You know what I'm saying? We still got a lot to play for, so we just got to take it one day at a time and a game by game.
We were really good in the first half. In the second half, I thought we got on our heels a little bit. I thought they were in attack mode. He's very, very good at getting in the seams, and he hurt us some with drives. I think they were in the double bonus within the first 8-9 minutes of the second half. They lived at the foul line in the second half, which was a little bit frustrating, but you know, the stat that jumps out at me, obviously our Achilles heel all year has been rebounding with plus 18 on the glass. Anthony with a huge one at the end. Newbie keeping balls alive. I thought DeMarco Cox gave us his best minutes in a long, long time, so I thought it was a good team. I think 17 big offensive rebounds. Typically that goes the other way. Tonight it went our way, and that's the reason we won. Yeah, for us, you know, those things, a lot of those things that drive you crazy trying to figure out, you know, all the different scenarios. We've just got to do what we're supposed to do, and that's prepare for Texas A&M, who's also in that equation, I suppose, and try to go and break through on the road. Thanks, Coach.
The Ole Miss Rebels, with 17 wins on the year, have made their way inside Reed Arena to take on Texas A&M at 16-12. And a pleasant good afternoon, everybody. I'm Dave Neal. This is the legend Larry Conley. So glad you could join us for this one. And Larry, these are two teams certainly that are trying to fight their way inside the SEC standings race. And everybody's starting to scoreboard watch, pay attention to who will be the top 4 teams that get that double bye, who's going to have to play on Wednesday in the opening round of the tournament. But with 3 games left in the SEC slate, these teams have a lot to play for.
Well, Dave, we've got a lot of teams in the middle of the pack right now. There are 4 of them pretty well locked in, and there are 2 at the top. We don't know where number 3 and number 4 is going to come from, and that pack of about 6 in there, somebody's going to be moving up. We're going to find out a lot today before this day is over with.
Absolutely, and with this Ole Miss basketball team, they had a string of 4 consecutive losses until they knocked off Alabama in their last outing.
The mindset going to Texas A&M, we were just focus and just, you know what I'm saying, we're trying to just keep the winning streak alive. And we knew that they was gonna play hard and real aggressive at home, and you know everybody played good at home. So we came out, everybody was just playing. You know what I'm saying, we were getting in transition. You know what I'm saying, everybody was scoring, and you know what I'm saying, we were just playing how Ole Miss play, how we normally play.
Rebels have got some fouls to give us. They want to give them here. Looks like they're not going to.
6 seconds. Caruso picks up his dribble. Now there's 3. In the corner goes to Jones. On the way. Tap won't go, and we'll head to the locker room. Just like we started, all tied up.
We really wanted that win. I think we were ready, but you know, the first half was pretty even. We were right where we wanted to be.
We just, you know what I'm saying, came out there. First half, we tit for tat, like going back and forth. And we did really good in the first half, but second half, just like our intensity and just like our focus just went down. And
Start of the second half, and Ole Miss opens up with a half-court 1-3-1 trap.
I mean, I think the second half, we didn't start real good. We were 1 from 14, and like we didn't make our shots. And but I just think that we didn't really play together.
Not really gonna say. Well, you can't say we kind of lost focus, but it's just like our intensity just went down, and like we couldn't really make no shots. I think we started off, we was like 1 for 14, so it just kind of hurted us, and then they kind of shot better in the second half. So like we always let down second half. So
Henderson blocked by Jones. Joseph back to Henderson. That one's no good.
I mean, losing is the worst feeling you can ever have, and I don't like to lose. So I just the next day I just sat home. I was watching the whole game, and see what we could do better next time.
Marshall Henderson had spurts, but overall 5 of 16 from behind the arc. He'll finish with 16 points. Summers led Ole Miss with 18.
Last 2 games, we just got to move forward. As me being the leader, we just got to keep fighting, keep working hard in practice, listen to what coach got to say, and just buy in, because last year during this time we were kind of in the same situation, but we overcame, and we, you know what I'm saying, we ended up winning the championship. So this year, not saying we that team from last year, but we just put our mind and, you know what I'm saying, everything into it, get just all in, then I feel like we can get a run in.